Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today's DIY I am calling Sea Glass Salt Scrub. So the inspiration for this formulation came from two places. Place number one is Brambleberry's brand new Salt of the Earth collection. They gifted me the formulation a little early, a little bit before it came out, so I had the time to develop this formulation, and I'm now sharing it with you just a few days after the collection launched on their website. I'm using 3 ingredients from the collection for this: the pink sea salt and the Epsom salt and the fragrance. So all of those ingredients were gifted by Brambleberry, so thank you so much, Brambleberry, and if you want to check those out, they are linked in the description box below and also on the blog post, as always, where everything is always linked and there's always tons of extra information, so yeah, make sure you check that out. The other inspiration came from the visual of sea glass, and so that's, little bits of glass that end up in the ocean and get worn down by the tide into these lovely little kind of frosted, rounded off nuggets of glass, and it's just so pretty. And so when I mixed the pink salts into the white Epsom salts and the sea salts, I just love the aesthetic, and it really made me think about sea glass, so that's where the name comes from. Now, salt scrubs are not a hard thing to make or develop, but there is some room to kind of do some tweaking. So the general gist of it is it's a bunch of salt that has been moistened with some oil, and I've also included some Polysorbate 80, so when you use the scrub in the tub, the oil will self-emulsify with your bath water, so it's not like really slippery when you climb out, but it also makes the bath water really lovely and rich. Once you have those two components, the salts and the oils, it's about striking a balance between sort of how much salt and how much oil so you get kind of what you want. If you use quite a lot of oil and very little salt, you will notice that the salt settles to the bottom because it's not oil soluble, and then you get a bunch of oil on the top. And as you tweak those ratios, you can get something that is more kind of dry and sandy and has less moisture in it, less oil in it, or you can get something that has a little bit of a pool of oil on the top, a lot of pool, or you can kind of aim for pretty close to equal, where you don't get a lot of oil pooling. That is what I have aimed for today. But if you are using different salts than I am, if they are different grain sizes, you may find that you need to use a little bit less oil or add a little bit more salt to get that kind of final balance that you're looking for. You might also just find that you prefer a salt scrub that has a little bit more oil or that's a little bit drier, and that is the beautiful thing about DIYing, is that you can kind of make those tweaks based on what you love. Now, this is definitely a body scrub, not a face scrub. If you are looking for a face scrub, make sure you're reading the blog post. I have linked to a few of the facial exfoliating formulations I have shared over the years there. All right, I think that's enough chat. Please make sure you are reading the blog post. Thank you to Brambleberry for the lovely ingredients and the inspiration, and let's get started. All right, so to make this, we're basically just gonna stir everything together. It's really very simple. So in this measuring cup, I already have 144 grams of fine Epsom salt, and you can see it's all lovely and sparkly. To that, we're going to add 64 grams of a medium pink Himalayan salt and 92 grams of fine sea salt. This is just grocery store sea salt, nothing fancy. Give that a bit of a stir to combine. When it's like this and you can see the sparkling Epsom salts and the lovely pink salts coming through, you can really see where the inspiration for the name Sea Glass Salt Scrub came from. Up next, we're going to add the wet things. So we'll need 28 grams of Polysorbate 80, 70 grams fractionated coconut oil. And I chose fractionated coconut oil for this because it's clear. I tried some yellow oils, but thought they kind of negatively impacted the appearance of the scrub. So if you can, choose something clear. You can see these bubbles coming up here from the air that was mixed in with the salts coming out. And then in this little dish, we have our vitamin E, 1.2 grams, and our fragrance, 0.8 grams. So for fragrance, I've used this new one, Driftwood and Amber, which is from the Brambleberry Salt of the Earth collection, which is also where some of the salts in this scrub came from. I really love the complex, rich scent of this fragrance. Out of the 4 that are part of this collection, I think this one is my favorite, but it has an almost kind of cologne-y scent to it. It's very complex and lovely, so I chose that for our scrub. Now we're going to stir to combine. with that done, all that's left is packaging. So for packaging, I'm going to use this 250 milliliter screw top plastic jar from Humblebee. This was a gift. And yeah, in we go. So for a bit of a use demo, I've got our scrub and a bowl with a bit of warm water in it and a spoon. So you do need to take care not to contaminate the scrub as you are using it. So what I do is I take some sort of a shower safe plastic container like this, or if you have like little plastic leftovers containers, and I'll scoop some into this and then take this into the bath with me. But since we're just doing this here, I'm just gonna get a wee bit in my hand. So you can see the water turning milky, and that is from the Polysorbate 80 solubilizing the fractionated coconut oil into the bath water. So it does have a really lovely, rich bath oil feel after you've used the scrub. So yeah, this is a really lovely scrub for the body. I love it on my legs and my arms. It's just great. And then I love that I get to soak in this rich, fragrant bath water after I'm done scrubbing. And there we go. So we just made a really lovely, very pretty sea glass salt scrub. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and make sure you are reading the full partner blog post linked in the description box below to learn more. And thank you so much to Brambleberry for gifting me their Salt of the Earth collection. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.